Hi, this is Gene Haas, and this is Speed City.
You're listening to Speed City F1 on Sirius XM.
All right, straight out to you, Chris Medlin.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got Christian Horner, who was politely waiting. Very kind of him. Christian, another win in the books. He's just celebrating a bit with the team, actually. They'll go and do, or they may have done, a team celebration photo. One good, one bad. Let's start with the good. How good was Max today under pressure?
He was supreme under pressure today. I think actually all weekend he's been absolutely on it every session, through qualifying, through the tricky conditions. And then that was a difficult race. You know, today the Ferrari was very quick. The VSCs didn't play out, ideally for us, but I think we adapted our strategy to suit. And, Max was under huge pressure, from the end of that last VSC. But, congrats to Carlos today. I mean, he put up a big fight, but Max had just enough to hold him off.
Now, you put me in my place on the grid and said, every race is hard. This won't be easy. We won't scamper off into the distance. Did you expect Ferrari to be as strong as they were in the race?
Yeah. I mean, you can see the way they're attacking the curbs. They're very strong on the curbs. And the problem was Max just couldn't break that DRS. It's so powerful that he could get up to half a second away in the first sector, but then, sector 2, sector 3, it was just dragging, Carlos with him. So that then put more pressure on him, like in Miami and in Jeddah and other races we've seen this year, to absolutely, be pinpoint accurate with every braking point, every exit, and he nailed it today.
I was going to say, he never looked like he was going to put a wheel wrong either. I mean, how much faith do you have in Max in those positions as one of those drivers who just doesn't crack under pressure?
I think there's no better guy in the pit lane to deal with that kind of pressure. And I think, as his experience has grown, he's learned to, he just handles that pressure so well. All credit to him.
And then with Checo, is it a gearbox issue, it looks like?
It's a suspected gearbox. I mean, we need to get the car back first to understand, but let's see. We need to understand that, because obviously disappointing not to. I think he would have had a competitive race today, and frustrating not to have scored with him.
Did that play a part in the way you managed Max's race after that? Did you have to turn to be careful at all or anything?
Not really. It's always a concern when there's something that's happened that's unexplained. So, because obviously the cars are identical, but we need to understand exactly what's happened there.
And just finally, I hear there was a very fun team principals meeting yesterday morning that included quite an irate Toto Wolff at times, talking about the FIA technical directive and the way the floor stays were introduced and not. I mean, where do you see this situation right now? Do you feel the FIA may be leaning too much towards Mercedes and should leave it up to the teams?
I think he was maybe auditioning for Lewis's new movie, but look, let's see. It's an issue for the FIA, and it needs to be discussed in the right forum, perhaps without television cameras
or radio microphones. But just finally, do you see that being resolved before Silverstone, or is there a date for a meeting to sort that?
It needs to be resolved, as soon as, really.
Yeah, because Mercedes looks fine today, competitive.
They were competitive, no bouncing. Drivers looked happy when they got out of the cars, but these two races were always going to be the worst on the calendar. So it needs, it needs to be discussed with the right experts in the right forum.
And home race next. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, look, I mean, great to be heading back to Silverstone. We went there last year, leading both championships and came away with nothing. So, we've put a great run together, heading to Silverstone in the lead of both championships. We'll be looking for redemption.
Well, good luck, Christian. Thank you very much for your time. And perfectly timed, because Max Verstappen has just walked in and got a big hug from his team boss. So there's Christian's thoughts on today's race.
Love it.
Excellent. Fantastic.